those talks. Is a long-awaited breakthrough in the offing today or not, Mbongeni? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Devin. I can tell you it's very interesting here right now. Chances are we might see one of the unions at least sign here today. It's very interesting now because the way that the negotiations are being approached, it's happening one-on-one. The employers dealing with each union separately, getting to know from them exactly what would make the deal for them and so on. That has been going on since yesterday. And at today, where we are right now, I just spoke to the General Secretary of Solidarity. Of course, they are the smallest union in this sector, representing 2%, but they are one of the 4 unions, very important stakeholders. And he left me in no doubt that there is a very good chance that Solidarity at least is about to sign here. I will play a clip from the interview that I did with the General Secretary of Solidarity, and you hear for yourself what he had to say.
It was a positive move given the context of the negotiation from Harmony, where they changed their offer from 4.6 to 4.8% to bring it above CPI. And then the task team that needs to deal with the retirement age will now have a shorter time span to submit a report, which is a positive. And then furthermore, there was an indication that the R1,000 increase for category 4 to 8 employees may attract some benefits which currently excludes. So it seems that we're heading towards a situation where the chamber will definitely submit their final offer and then leave it up to the unions to either accept or declare a dispute.
Solidarity seemingly pleased by the offer, but let's move focus now to the big unions. We know the NUM is one of them, and then of course AMCU showing a very stern stance this week. What did they have to say?
Well, that's why it gets very interesting because, of course, AMCU is the second biggest union officially, although they contend that they are neck and neck with the NUM. There is no majority here. To us, they are saying they are still maintaining their original or sticking to their original demand. But Dr. Stridom, when I spoke to her a short while ago, she said a different story that AMCU has indicated that they also would be interested in looking at this 1,000 increase as long as it attracts benefits. But I will again make you take a listen to what Jimmy Gama, the National Treasurer of AMCU, who is leading the negotiations on behalf of AMCU here, had to say earlier about where exactly AMCU stands right now with regards to these negotiations.
Our position remains unchanged, 12,500 minimum for underground and 12,000 for surface. So that's where we're standing currently.
And Mbongeni, very quickly, you mentioned Elise Stradom a little earlier. Do you have any thoughts on what she had to say?
Well, she says they have made a proposal to the NUM, the official majority here. You remember the NUM has been arguing that it wants these R1,000 to attract benefits, to be pensionable and so on. She says they've just made a proposal to the NUM, and the NUM has said it's considering this, or it has considered it, and will give the employers a response after lunch. But let's just listen again to what she had to say about the NUM.
We have crafted something that we have given to the NUM, and they have just told me that they have looked at it, and after lunch they will revert to us with what we have put on the table for them to consider. In the case of AMCU, we have had discussions with AMCU this morning. We have indicated to them what we think we could do within the parameters of the final offer, and that we are prepared to look at, a discussion around that. And they have said that we must actually come with some proposals. So after lunch as well, we will go to AMCU with our suggestions. But the message from AMCU has been quite clear in the sense that they are saying that you have made an offer of R1,000 and it has to attract benefits. So we are saying to all the unions, our final offer is there, R1,000 with no benefits. But if benefits is a big issue for you, then we can look at it, but within the parameters of the final offer and repackaging. So that's where we are at this stage.
Well, that's Elise Strydom from the Chamber of Mines there, Mbongeni. It's been such...
you had Dr. Strydom there.
Yeah, I was saying, Mbongeni, it's been a hectic week for mining. We had the minister calling all the stakeholders around the table to try and get some consensus, not only on wages, but on how the industry is structured. So I suppose an agreement in the gold sector here is needed, and needed pretty soon. How close are we, when you consider everything that we have over the past few minutes, to a final outcome this week?
Well, I can say that at this point, it seems like we are very close to seeing an agreement by some of the unions. Maybe if not all of them by today, especially AMCU. It's not clear exactly if they are really close or getting close or they are still apart. But Solidarity, it seems like they are warming up to sign. UASA may be in the same boat. The two tend to move closer together. But of course, the NUM is very crucial here because they are the official majority. And right now, I just want to turn quickly to Mr. Moya from the NUM just to find out if what Dr. Elise Strydom said to me earlier is indeed true. Mr. Moya, very quickly. The chamber is saying they've made a final proposal to you and you've indicated to them that you have considered it and you already have a response you should not give them after lunch. Is that the case? What is the response if that is the case?
Yes, the chamber has given us a proposal from what we have demanded, that the offer should not be an allowance. Now, this morning we have been considering their offer. And now after lunch we are going back to the plenary where we'll be tabling our official position with regard to what they have proposed to us.
I'm sure our viewers can't wait. What is the official position? Are you accepting?
Well, I can't say we are accepting now because we have also to go back to our members on that offer as well. Because before we accept, we need a mandate from our members. Then after the plenary, we'll be going back to our members and say this is the official and final offer from the employer's revised offer with regard to the benefits, the offer attracting benefits, and what do they say as members in giving us the mandate, whether to sign or not.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
Well, Devin, traditionally when unions say we've got something that rejects our members, it means they as negotiators are kind of happy with it. So I think the NUM, we can say, is also warming up to doing something here. It's back to you.
Well, thanks very much indeed. Mbongeni Muthwa there telling us that an agreement seemingly close to, sealing or getting a deal going forward in the wage negotiations in the gold sector. We'll get more from him in our later